Okay, now what happens next? Swami went to his seat with a bleeding heart. Bleeding heart means he was excessively very sad and depressed. Why? Whatever he expected was not happening in that way. He was expecting to be punished by Samuel, but instead he was generously allowed to sit in the class. He had never met a man so good as Samuel. Now here it is completely opposite. What he has described about Samuel, now in the reality Samuel is behaving in the complete opposite way. He is being very generous and very kind teacher. Okay, now teacher was inspecting means checking the homework. Okay, now what kind of situation is this when the teachers are checking your work or assignment or any kind of project? So you may have experienced that it is a very tense situation during that time, because most of us or most of you are not have not completed the work. Either all of you may have done the work, then it will be a very pleasant environment. Okay, and if one or two has not done, then what is the situation? The teacher loses his or her temper, and then there is the things. What is the scene? Getting scolded, or teacher is angry or upset with the students. So he expected the same thing when the inspection was going on of the lessons. Now what was there in his mind? Notebooks would be flung at the faces. Teachers will throw the Samuel is going to throw the notebook on the faces of the students when they have incomplete work. Boy would be abused. Abused means treated very cruelly. Okay, some things were said, caned and made to stand up on the benches. These were the things which Swami was imagining, that now the checking is going on, these things are going to happen around. But as he was thinking, it was completely opposite. Samuel appeared to have developed more tolerance and gentleness. So today it's completely going opposite. Samuel today is not punishing anyone. Okay, and he was just touched people with the cane, not caning them very hard, only touching them very softly, gently, and then he was like making the students stand up, but never made anyone stand up for more than a few minutes. Then the students were allowed to sit down immediately. Swami's turn came, and then he thought, now this is a chance to prove what is written in the letter that is correct. Now, as Swami's turn came, he was asked, where is your homework? And what was the reply? Not done. My homework is not done. So what did the teacher say? Why? You had a headache? That is why you have not done. He says, yes sir. And he was expecting to be getting left and right from the teacher, but what happens was completely opposite. All right, sit down. It did not meet his expectation. Samuel excused him and asked him to sit down without doing anything to Swami. And the period also came to an end, and Swami felt desolate. Desolate means he was having great amount of unhappiness because nothing happened as he was expecting. Okay, and the last period for the day was again taken by Samuel. He came to teach them Indian history. So the first period already went over, the maths period now. Samuel came again towards the end of the day to take their history period. So now Swami is having one more chance to prove whatever is written in the letter is correct. Now let's read the next thing. The period began at 3:45 and ended at 4:30. So how many minutes he had? So it was almost about 45 minutes he had to do something to instigate Samuel and to prove what is written in the letter is correct. Samuel is actually a violent teacher. Okay. Now, 2, he could not devise any means of provoking. Devise here means to make or think of any the tricks or the plans or to instigate. Provoking means to instigate Samuel, his teacher. Okay. Now, he felt very desperate. Desperate means a strong desire to do something. What he wanted to do, what is something here? To trouble his teacher and to make him lose his temper. And India. Okay. Suddenly Swami asked, why did Columbus not came to India, sir? Now he is starting to instigate his teacher. And what was his question? Why was Columbus not come? Why did he not come to India? What was the answer given to him? He lost his way. And what is the reply of Swami? I can't believe. It is unbelievable. So he is giving a back answer to the teacher. And then teacher asked, why? Why don't you believe it? If I am telling you an answer. He was such a great man. He was very knowledgeable person, very intelligent. How cannot he not know the way? How can he lost his way? Don't shout. I can hear you quite well. And this also when Swami was having a conversation with the teacher, he was shouting. He was not speaking in a very good tone, okay, normal tone, but he was shouting and speaking just to show the disgrace, okay. I am not shouting, sir. This is my ordinary voice. God has given me this voice. What can I do? How can I help with it? Now he is arguing with the teacher, okay. Why it is doing, you may be knowing about that. And what is the answer he got? Shut up and sit down. Obviously, the teacher is going to become very angry. So he was asked to sit down, to keep his mouth shut and sit down. And now Swami, slightly happy. He was little happy because whatever he wanted to do is now starting. Okay. Now the teacher was puzzled, confused and suspicious. There was a doubt in the teacher's mind why Swami is behaving in this way. But what did he decide? He decided to resume his lesson, continue with his lesson. His next chance occurred. There was one more chance which came when Shankar of the first bench got up and asked. When another boy of his class, whose name was Shankar, he asked a question from the teacher, Vasco da Gama, the very first person to come to India. So he asked, what was the question? Vasco da Gama the first person to come to India? Before the teacher could answer, now what is Swami says? He is shouting and saying, that's what they say. That means he is not letting his teacher to answer the question and in a very rude way, shouting, he said the thing, that's what they say. The teacher and all the children were looking very puzzled, confused why Swami is behaving. Generally, he is never behaving in that way. He is a very quiet boy. And Swami's obstructive behavior, and then they are puzzled and doubtful why Swami is behaving in such a way. So again he was asked by the teacher, you are shouting again. And what did he say? I am not shouting, sir. And how can I help my voice? That this is my natural voice given by God. How can I help? The clock struck a quarter hour. That means only 15 minutes were left. A quarter more 15 minutes. He must do something drastic to that extreme high level to irritate his teacher within 15 minutes. And then Samuel had scolded at him and snubbed him, but it was hardly adequate. Okay, shouted at him and then scolded him, but it was not enough for him, no proof. Okay, so he was feeling that little more effort by me will help me to get what I want. So teacher came to the end of the section in the textbook and stopped. The lesson was over and he started putting questions on the students, asking them something. So what was the first question? What's the date of Vasco da Gama's arrival in India? Again Swami shot up and shouted 1648 December 20. Then again his teacher said, you needn't shout, I can hear you, you should not shout. He asked, has your headache made you mad? So what is the question asked by the teacher? That have you become mad because of the headache? Now, what is the reply of the Swami? I have no headache now. He says, I don't have any headache now. Swami, sit down you idiot, was said by Samuel, thrilled. Swami was very thrilled, he was very excited that the game has started, whatever he wanted to. If you get up again, I will cane you. Samuel said, so this is what Swami wanted. So he felt very happy, feeling happy at the promise. Which promise? Getting the cane from the teacher. Teacher then asked, I'm going to put a few questions on the Mughal period. The topic is Mughal period. Okay. Next, whom the strongest and whom the most religious emperor? This was the question put by the teacher. Swami again got up. As soon as he was saying, the teacher said, sit down. But he did not follow his teacher. But he said, I want to answer, sir. He was again asked to sit down. No, sir, I want to answer, not obeying his teacher. And he was doing this purposely. So, what did I say? If you got up again. So, he reminded him that if you got up again, what I am going to do? You are going to cane me. So, he is very prompt with the answer. And he added something extra. What did he add? That you are going to peel the skin of my knuckles and make me press it on my forehead. So that made his teacher lose his temper at all. Alright, come here. So that means whatever you want, I will fulfill your wish. So he left his seat joyfully. Generally when we are called for the punishment for getting scales or cane, we are very sad or we are very hesitant to go and upset, but now this time Swami was very happily going. He was joyful to go. Okay, and teacher caned him and shouted angrily, open your hand, you little devil, and asked him to open his hand, and he backed 3 wholesome cuts, and he gave him 3 cuts on each palm. Swami received them without blenching, without making or expressing the hurt which he was getting. Generally when we get cane on our hands or we are hit by somebody or something, we make a sound or something like that, that we are expressing our hurtness. But he was not shouting, he was not showing any kind of pain. Okay, so he says, will these do or do you want some more? So he was asked. Merely held his hand again. So when he was asked, do you want more? So he held his hand out. What in general what we are going to say? We would say no and we would apologize, say sorry. Swami jumped down from the man. He received 2 more and then he jumped down from the platform with the heart. Though his hands were smarting, he was having a happy heart, but his hands were paining. That pain he could bear. Okay. Now ran to the headmaster's room and found the door locked. Towards the end of the lesson, he got 3 canes plus 2 again when he was asked. Now he was very happy. The period got over. Where did he go? He immediately ran to the headmaster's room to deliver the letter. What did he found there? He found the door locked. The office, the cabin of the headmaster was locked. Then he asked the pews, where is the headmaster? Why do you want him? He says, I have to send him a letter, deliver him a letter which my father has given. So what he was informed by the pew, take an afternoon off and he is not going to come here for a week. He is on a leave for a week. And he was suggested to give the letter to the assistant headmaster. Okay, now he asked, who is he? And he is such a stupid boy, he doesn't know who is the assistant headmaster of his school. Okay, now when he came to know who is the assistant headmaster, your teacher Samuel. Who is the assistant headmaster? His teacher Samuel. He will be here in a second. Swaminathan, as he heard his name, he fled from the place. Fled means immediately he ran away from the place. How could he deliver the letter of complaint against Samuel to Samuel himself? As soon as Swami went home, his father remarked that I knew you are not going to do this. You are a very coward boy. Okay, you wouldn't deliver the letter, you coward. And then he says, Swami tries to explain his point. Our headmaster is on leave. And father is not believing it at all. Don't lie in addition to being a coward. Okay, you are already being a coward now. Don't try to lie on top of that. Okay, now Swami says, I will give this to the headmaster as soon as he is back. He promises his father, tries to convince him not to punish him, not to get angry, not to get upset with him. He is going to deliver the letter as soon as his headmaster is going to return. But his father did not listen to him. Don't come to me for help. He has torn the letter and threw it into the dustbin. And he says, don't come to me again if Samuel or any such kind of teacher is disturbing you, because you deserve Samuel. The boy like you is deserving the teacher like Samuel. So what do we learn in this lesson? That is what I want to know from all of you. Okay, because it is such a kind of situation explained in the lesson which all of you must have gone through once in your school time. Okay, so do tell me what is the thing that you have learned and observed. What I can tell you is that before you do anything, just remember the consequences. Before you say anything, remember what is going to come back to you. It is very well said, as you sow, so shall you reap. So whatever you are going to do, whatever you are going to give is the same thing that you are going to receive. Here the Swami tries to build a trap, a pit for his teacher Samuel, but he was himself falling into that pit. Okay, so it is very well said that before you open your mouth, you just remember what could be the result. Once the words have been taken out from your mouth, it cannot be taken back. So you should be very careful with that. Okay, so I hope the lesson is clear to all of you. Thank you. God bless you all.